So we'll stand up. We got feet shoulder width apart, if we can. Nice and loose. Take the tongue to the roof of our mouth. That's to connect the embryological side of us. And then we're going to inhale through our nose and exhale out our mouth. And you can do two forms of breathing. There is, I'm going to show from the side. So you can breathe in, belly expands. Maybe I'll get closer for this. And you can breathe out, it goes out. Or you can do what they call reverse breathing, where you inhale, belly goes in, and exhale, belly goes out. Does that make sense? So reverse breathing. Normal breathing. Those are our two styles of breathing we'll be doing today when we get into the breathing exercise. For now, we're just going to warm up the body. So we'll start with the shaking. So you can bounce into your heels, toes, stay on the ground. This activates in Chinese medicine the bubbling spring. We're activating kidney 1 and then shooting all the kidney energy up. Kidney is essential for Jing energy. Jing is the essence of life. In Qigong, they have 12 meridians, but 3 main energies. So we have Jing, Qi, and Shen. So right now we're upgrading or activating our Jing, and then later we're going to integrate all 3. In the nose, out the nose, in the nose, out the mouth. You can try reverse forward breathing. Pumping the wrists, knocking the heels into the ground. Allow the head and neck to relax. Your head kind of bobs up and down, saying yes. We can add in the heart sound is ha. And relax. Notice the tingling, the buzzing. Body is warming up. Now we're going to spinal twists. So moving with the hip. Hip goes forward, the arms just sort of swing back and forth, allowing the hands to knock on the body. You can turn the head and neck if you choose. You don't have to. And I like to bend my knees a little bit. So I inhale, I make my knees straight. I exhale, I bend my knees a little bit. I find this gives me a bit of a pumping action, helps move the lymphatic fluid. I do like to turn and look over my shoulder. I find I get a lot of pops and clicks in my neck as the joints open up. Adding in that heart sound again. Now we'll bring the hands a bit higher. So the one's going to knock right under the collarbone. This is the lung point. This is to strengthen the immune system. And so we just kind of alternate back and forth. Waking up the lungs, strengthening the immune system, activating more of the vagus nerve. Vagus nerve, we started at the belly. It's the 10th cranial nerve. Has to do with digestion and heart rate. And part of the Jing essence is fluids. And so as we keep doing this, we're going to generate more saliva in the mouth. That means we have a greater sense of Jing. Hydration isn't really about how much water we drink, it's how much saliva we can produce. Because that has the enzymes, that has the ability to absorb the oxygen. And then it can mix with the hormones activated by the pituitary gland. So we're doing a slight milking process. We're just opening up the well. Now we're going to go a little bit higher. So hand is going to go just on top of the shoulders of the gallbladder point. This is good for opening up the Shen energy. I just paused to show you. So now we can go back and forth. Same thing. Activating the Shen energy, releasing neck and shoulder tension. You can feel that tension in the shoulders as the hand bounces off that tissue there. It's not as much of a hard point as the other ones have been. This one's really springy, I find, at least for me. Everyone's different. This will help give us clear thinking. Activating all the 7 lymphatic pumps from the sacrum to the cranium. Cerebral spinal fluid is also part of that Jing because it's a fluid. Essence of life. All right, it's coming back down to the collarbone, just below the collarbone. Down onto the belly. Door of life. And slow it down. All right, that's 2 exercises done. We did the up and down. We did the left to right. Now we're going to do flexion and extension. So obviously we're going to go into spinal cord breathing. So hands come up. It's about the elbows. Inhale. You can arch your back into a C, full extension. Exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin in. Legs don't really have to move. It's more about the spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale. This is sort of mimicking that reverse breathing. It's really hard to belly breathe when you're doing this one, so. Forgive my gaseous noises, but that happens. Part of physiology. Now we're going to add the rotation, so hands come up, turn to the right, back down to center, up to the left, down to center. Inhale up, turn, exhale, round center. This really helps stretch the fascia and the low back. I find mine gets a little tight, and this helps open up the low back. My belly starts gurgling, so I can really feel the my diaphragm opening up, loosening, freeing from that lower 6 ribs. Lower end back down. All right, we're going to get one more invigorating exercise because why not? We're going to do the pump. So I'm going to demonstrate it from the side. So we kind of bend the knees, hands come up in extension, sort of like the spinal cord breathing. And when we exhale, we bend the knees, hands go back, chest to knee if you can, and then come back and straighten the legs. Legs straighten. Bend in the knees, straighten the legs, bend the knees, up again. All right? Whoa. This really activates the adrenal axis of the kidneys, so the fire in the kidneys, which is responsible for creating EOP, erythropoietin, which means production of new red blood cells. In Chinese, though, by the exhaling, we're sending the past behind us and down to the earth. So it's letting go of the old. This is really good for cancer. Oftentimes cancer becomes the body's inability to regenerate all its cells in enough time. And relax. All right, I think we're all warmed up. Body feels nice and warm now. You can put feet together. And we're going to go into a wide stance, but I have a fun way to get there. So toes go out, we call that 1. Now I go onto my toes and move my heels, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I sit on my horse. So we're in horse stance. So just real again, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my horse. When we're sitting, hands go together. We're going to do a few things here. We're going to move all the way down to the leg. So we're getting a stretch here. We're going to turn the other way. Hands go the other way, and then the elbow comes up. Back to center, and the other side. So again, like another pumping. Inhale to center, exhale to side. I always think I'm squishing up my baby bumblebee. I don't know if you ever had that song. Squishing up my baby bumblebee. Anyway, don't kill the bees. They're very good. No squishing bees. We are opening the flower, though. The lotus flower represents the heart. It's really a metaphor that's lost on Western culture, but apparently they're very prominent in Thailand. They're everywhere. So it's a common everyday thing. So like, oh, just imagine a lotus flower. You're like, cool. Never seen one. And relax. All right. All nice and warmed up, ready for... Oh yeah, we got another one. Hands on the elbows. Inhale, hands come up, and if you can, behind or as high as you can go, and then back down. This helps really stretch the diaphragm. The biggest thing is as we age, we lose lung volume because the surrounding fascias become less flexible because, I don't know, I find as I get older, I don't tend to raise my hands above my head. It's just not what I do. But I think a lot of people are in that boat. This is very good. All right, now this is going to go into a different one. So we kind of come up and then we let the hands go out and down. Hands on elbows, up, and now kind of like a corkscrew. All right, now we're going to go into our last one. We're going to do centering. So one hand just on your pubic bone. The other hand comes up, around, scoops, comes to the midline, thumb pointing towards you, down the midline. So pinky is away from you, thumb is there. Put it on top of the other hand and the other hand. We're drawing in all the energy that we sent out to the universe, bringing it back to ourselves, recycling. We can always invest in those things again. But right now, we need to recharge ourselves, reclaim our energy. So we're filling up our cup and centering it. We don't just want a lot of energy. I feel like trying to run around with a lightning bolt. We need to have that energy refined and channeled so that we can actually use it. Now we're going to come down and just stop at the mid-eyebrow. Bring some fresh qi to our Shen energy. This is also known as Taoist prayer position. A few breaths here. Come down to the heart center. A few breaths here. And down to the belly. Other hand. Pausing at the mid-eyebrow. A few deep breaths. Down to the heart. And down to the belly. Now we'll do little circles, sealing that energy into our lower dantian. Doesn't matter which way you went to start, because now we're going to go the opposite way. And back down to center. And letting go. So we're going into the breathing aspect of this now. So I've decided to sit. You can sit or lay down. It's up to you. We're going to do that same pattern we've been always doing, but now we're going to mix it up a bit with the reverse breathing. So in the first phase, we're going to try to practice the reverse breaths. So it's more, basically we use more of the chest, the diaphragm goes up, and then the exhale, we let it go back down. The point of this is it's a lot like the stuck drawer technique, we call it. If you have a drawer that's slightly open, shoving it harder isn't going to make it close, so we want to open it, and then everything can settle, and then it might close better. That's the purpose of reverse breathing. It's also part of embryological breathing or rebirthing process. Yeah. So exciting. Here we go. You don't have to follow my rhythm exactly, but we're going to do the same duration. Fully in, letting go. And we always smile. I find when I get intense breathing, I tend to frown or something, but we smile because smile means start my internal love engine. So we're trying to turn and refine all our energy into loving, unconditional loving energy for ourselves and for others. Feels good. Smiling is also like yawning, it's contagious. Someone's really angry at you, it's very easy to be angry back, but if you suddenly just start smiling, laughing, or yawning, it sort of throws them off. At first, they might be irritated and be like, I'm going to wipe that smile off your face. But eventually, you'll wear them down. This one's a little tricky because right now we're trying to slow our heart rate down, and reverse breathing kind of speeds it up a bit, but and one more breath. Letting go. Fully in, hold and squeeze. And letting go. Now we can do belly breathing. Fully in, letting go. Swallowing the saliva, allowing the yawns to occur, not suppressing them like we normally do. These are all natural and voluntary responses of the nervous system. And for years, we're taught to voluntarily suppress them, and so now we're going to voluntarily allow them to happen. Just witnessing the physiology of your body changing. Like performing your own magic trick. And being amazed by it. Because it's so cool. Tingling in the fingertips, buzzing in the head, hands, feet. As you breathe, you can perform a body scan. Notice how your head feels, your crown. Notice how your eyes are feeling, the pressures in your eyes. The temperature of the tip of your nose. Is it hot? Is it cold? Different from the rest of your body? And letting go. Fully in, hold and squeeze. And letting go. Reverse breathing, round 2. Big breath. Fully in, letting go. I don't know if you're into video games like I am, but there was this guy called Kirby. He was this pink little cloud thing, and I just picture him. He kind of inhaled, he got really puffy. Or like a blowfish, have you ever seen one of them? Puffer fish. Or just like a balloon, imagine you're a balloon. And out. You can breathe in and out of the mouth if you want. Like sipping through a straw. like waves of an ocean. Imagine you're just floating on the water. Few more breaths. Fully in and letting go. Relax. Fully in, hold and squeeze. And letting go. Fully in, letting go. Belly breathing. Smiling. Smiling also helps get more oxygen into the body. We're balancing our oxygen and carbon dioxide levels, which in turn, balancing your carbon dioxide levels balances your anxiety, your fear response. Becoming more stress resilient. When we were doing the inhale, hold, and squeeze, that was activating the veins to open up and the pituitary gland to release hormones. Now we're circulating those hormones, those anti-inflammatories, those new red blood cells. Like a blender, mixing up the ice and the soft foods and the powders so that they're all the same texture, consistency. Notice your throat. Notice your collarbones. Collarbones are like the bathtub drain of the lymphatic system. The throat is where the thyroid is that balances our immune system and our hormones, our chemoreceptors, our baroreceptors. The thyroid is responsible for how much oxygen is actually allowed to enter the body. It's that valve before the lungs. We're like recalibrating our system, like a finely tuned telescope or laser. We are recalibrating, retuning, like a good musical instrument. It can always make sound, just if it's calibrated, it makes a nicer one. Like composting, encouraging the process of autophagy, which means cell death, taking old, not optimal cells and recycling them into new optimized cells. Anti-aging, reversing aging, rebirthing. Notice your heart expand, contract. A few more breaths. One more breath, fully inhale, hold and squeeze. Letting go. Reverse breathing again. Through the mouth, out the mouth if you want. You might notice a pressure changing in the ears, the eyes might water. We're adjusting the cerebral spinal fluid pressure. Cerebral spinal fluid builds up behind the eyes. That's where it's cultivated. It's made in the ventricles of the brain, which are these fluid spaces. Cerebrospinal fluid is made in the first ventricle. This is behind the eyes, between the ears. As we do this breathing, we'll get the ringing in the ears because we're activating the tentorium cerebelli and the falx cerebri, which is one of the 4 diaphragms. We have the urogenital diaphragm, so you may feel your uterus pulsing or the urge to pee. That's okay. It's easier to override the urge to pee if you're laying down. Then we have our thoracolumbar or thoracoabdominal diaphragm, which we all just know as our diaphragm. We have our diaphragm, our thoracic inlet, which is just below the collarbone. And then we have the one, like I mentioned earlier, behind the eyes and just the top of the throat there, the falx cerebri diaphragm. We need to activate all 4 diaphragms in rhythm. The other 3, except for your main diaphragm or abdominal diaphragm, are the abdominal diaphragm is the only one with muscular control, so it's our easiest one to control voluntarily. The other ones are more fascial responses, so we're influencing them indirectly. We're creating that full body yawn sensation, so your body might want to move or stretch or extend in different ways. This is where we become like the jellyfish. No thinking, just swimming along. Jellyfish are considered to be immortal and have no brains. Meaning, if you want to live long, you have to stop thinking. And letting go. Fully in, hold and squeeze. And let it go. Now in and out the mouth or nose. Belly breathing. Belly, chest, head, letting go. Circulating that new energy. Smiling. And letting go. Fully in. And letting go. In and out. In and letting go. Drawing air and letting go. Feeling the urge to yawn, feeling the saliva producing, ringing in the ears or ear pressure changing, eyes watering, fingers tingling or buzzing. The nose, tip of the nose might feel cool. The lips might be buzzing. If you're squeezing your toes and relaxing them as you breathe, inhale, squeezing, exhale, letting go, you might get a cramp in the foot. That's all just flushing out the lactic acid buildup. Meditation is going to sleep but not falling asleep, like lucid dreaming, like tightrope walking. Few more breaths. Fully inhale, hold, and squeeze. And letting go. All done. Slowly come back, wiggling your fingers, toes. If you're sitting, feel the cushion that you're sitting on. If you're laying down, feel the surface of the floor. If you're laying down, as you feel ready, slowly sit up. All right.